So we're gonna do this, right?
Yeah, we're doing this.
We're
After
doing this.
how
We're doing this
long?
live. It's been a
Yeah,
while. It's been a while.
yeah,
Uh,
long time.
how have you
Lots
been
of
doing?
changes.
How
I've
have you
been
been doing, Grant?
I've been good. I've been doing real well. How about you, Senor Donut?
It's been a rough one. I'm not gonna lie. Today was a rough day,
Oh,
but you know what? We're here. We're here together, and that's what matters. And what are we
yes,
here
yep.
together doing?
We are, for the first time, being the Super Banter Bros. So, everybody, welcome to the show. It's two bros, one podcast, all the super banter. That's what we're here doing today. And I guess to get the banter ball rolling, what have you been playing?
Do you mean off stream or on stream?
Oh, right. Good question.
Because we're
Both.
both streamers. In
yeah,
case
yeah.
you didn't know.
I know. Shock of shocks. Even I forget that I do that sometimes. But both on stream, off stream, for enjoyment, backlog of infinite sadness. What have you been playing?
I don't want to talk about the backlog of infinite sadness because it is backloggy and infinite.
Oh my
Um,
god.
but who doesn't have one? Like every gamer that I've ever met has a backlog of infinite sadness. And there are some fools out there that are trying to conquer their backlog. And power to them. But it is a fool's errand because new
It is
stuff is coming out
genuinely
all the time.
impossible.
Right? Ridiculous. But like
uh,
I said, power to them. I wish them well in their future endeavors and all of that jazz. Um,
Same. More power to y'all.
yeah, right. So right now I'm streaming Claire Obscure Expedition 33,
Ooh.
which is a very hot contender for Game of the Year.
Really?
Very hot. The hottest contender. Made by a very small development team. The music is fantastic. The story is fantastic. But my favorite thing about this game is
Yeah?
the combat. It is a RPG, right? So you're thinking,
Yeah.
oh, it's going to be turn based. And you know what? It is turn based, but it is not turn based in the fact that you hit me and then I hit you and then we do it all over again. It is
Okay.
turn based where you can counter and parry your enemy's attacks.
Ooh.
If you counter, if you parry all of the enemy's attacks, then you will not take damage. You will gain ability points to do your
Ooh.
abilities. So there's no MP, there is ability points that you
Okay.
gain through actions like
Got it.
normal
Got it.
attacks, parries, or dodging perfectly. So
Got
you
it.
can
Okay.
parry, you can dodge, and depending on the level of dodge, you will not take damage, or you will not take damage and you will get an ability point as well. There are also pictos that you can equip onto your character, which give you added benefits, added abilities. So
Ooh, interesting.
all throughout combat, you are involved, engaged. There is no moment to, and I'm having trouble with this myself. There's no moment to look at the chat and laugh along with something that they say because you're too locked into this game.
Yeah. Oh
It's
man.
amazing. I would highly recommend it because it is such a gorgeous game and it looks fantastic.
I think
Um,
I've been in some of your streams when you've been playing that actually, and watching them has like, is there a demo out so somebody curious can try it? Because I might be that somebody curious.
I do not know if there's a demo out, but if you have Xbox Game Pass, it's on there for free.
Got it.
So
Okay.
you can download it and play it for free, quote unquote free, because it's a service that you pay for. Um, but you don't have to pay the $60 price tag for it. You
Got
just
it.
have to pay
Okay.
the, whatever price tag that's on Xbox Game Pass. Um, but yeah, like it is such a good, fascinating game that just has you in it the entire time. So that's what I've been playing on stream along with Sly Cooper. I'm
That's a
playing through the
classic.
Sly Cooper franchise. We finished one not too long ago. We're moving on to two. We're almost done with two, and afterwards we're going to move on to three. But I've
Nice.
run into an issue, Grant. I've run into an issue that
An
I may
issue,
need
huh?
your help with. Yes.
Okay.
The game Claire Obscure is
Right.
so good, so enthralling that I
Oh.
want to play it off stream. because I only play it on
Oh,
Tuesdays because I stream on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
right.
So I've
Uh,
come into the issue of choosing to continue playing through this game or playing it off stream by myself without, streaming it.
hmm. Yeah, I've run into a similar thing because my version of that right now is Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Mm.
Like there are like I even have two save files for that game just in case I want to use save file number 3 as a personal playthrough, but I already know myself and I know that once I start playing it off stream, I'm going to want to beat the game, which is going to spoil some of the unique live reactions to what I would experience on stream. So it really depends on if you want those organic reactions or if you just basically want to have future knowledge going through the rest of your on-camera playthrough.
My
I
kiddo
just
loves watching you play Bonanza, by the way. He
ah
loves watching you play it. Every time that he's home, I use it kind of as a reward for doing his homework.
oh my god. That is so precious. I
First
am
of all,
honored. That is so precious.
he's a 4-year-old and he has homework. What the fuck?
I
Like,
know that's crazy.
it's ridiculous. I don't understand it, but I guess we live in a society, like
We do in fact live in a society. It is a crazy one in a lot of ways, but we do
in a
in
lot of
fact live
ways.
in a society. But
Yes,
still,
yes.
back in my day, I didn't have homework when I was 4 years old. What are they doing to these kids these days? I swear to you.
I
Eh,
don't even remember if I had homework at that age. It's
like the
it's
first
wild.
time I remember getting homework was like I had to color in a picture in kindergarten. Whoop de doo. Like
Yeah.
that's it. I don't like I mean, I am honored that I am the reward for job well done for the miniest of donuts, but yeah, that is baffling that he already has homework.
So that's what I'm playing on stream. Off stream, I'm playing two games. I'm
Okay.
playing Balatro or
Hmm.
Balatro, whatever way you pronounce it. I believe the canon from the developer's pronunciation is Balatro,
Balatro.
which
Okay.
is a roguelike poker game, which
Hmm.
is fantastic. It's a
Didn't
great
that
game to
win Game of
play.
the Year recently?
Maybe,
I
maybe
feel
I'm
like
not sure.
it
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 won.
won a
It won
big
awards
award.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a very fun game that has you playing poker, creating poker hands, and seeing if you can break the game by how crazy of scores you can get. And I've seen videos posted of people getting like redonkulous scores where the game crashes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. It's about
Too
getting
good at
crazy
poker,
scores.
cannot handle error.
And then I'm also playing through the early release of Hades 2. I loved
Got it.
Hades. Hades 2 is much more of the same but still fantastic.
Nice. Good to
That's what
know.
I'm playing. What about you?
As I said earlier, on stream, one of the games I'm playing and struggling with the idea of taking it off stream is Donkey Kong Bonanza. We just did the
Oh,
episode.
banana.
Oh, banana! And we just did the Diddy Kong Racing reference episode because of one of the layers we got to. I also on stream recently beat Haste. Finally,
Oh, you beat
that
it finally.
Yep, that last shard was a doozy. If it weren't for all the updates and getting perks in each of the mini fragments to get to the boss area, I still don't think I would have beaten that game.
And what's
Um,
Haste about, really? What
Haste
kind of game is it?
Haste is a endless runner-esque roguelike. I basically call it Sonic the Roguelike because you play as this courier named Zoe who has the uncanny ability to run really fast. And you have to do that to essentially escape a decaying world and deliver your mail. That's how it starts. But then it gets into this existential plot of looping the universe in on itself because of I'll just put it wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
Ah,
And
nice Doctor
you
Who
meet
reference.
Thank you. And you meet an alternate version of yourself who is basically the final antagonist. And the game deals with the idea of, do you want to stay in your comfort zone and keep on loop? Or do you want to charge ahead into the future, even if it's unknown? And even if everything comfortable that you knew is kind of thrown asunder.
A game for life.
A game for life disguised as gotta go fast in a roguelike form. And I loved it. I also succumbed to its many difficulty spikes, but I loved it. As someone who didn't really do roguelike games up until this year, really, it is one that I fell in love with. And it's not all that expensive either. So if you want a high speed roguelike, go get it. Um,
How did you find out about it?
I found out about it via the developer's TikTok page. It just randomly showed up on my feed one day, and then I just kept seeing gameplay of it over time. They released a demo of it that was available in the Steam Fest. I think. I
Mm,
think I downloaded that, streamed that demo, and that's what convinced me to get the whole game.
nice.
Yeah. Um, because we beat that, I started Kingdom Hearts 2 last Thursday on stream, and
Proud
I'm
mode?
running, huh?
Proud mode?
A critical Natch.
Oh.
Um, but I'm running into the
Sorry, excuse me. We got a badass over here, you know?
or a Kingdom Hearts masochist, either way, whichever you want to call it. But I started it, and the VOD got published to Twitch, and I'm running into some like tech issues regarding sound and like third party sound ownership causing random snippets to get muted, even though I'm
Oh.
talking during those snippets. So I need to work that out, and I don't know if that's going to continue. But
Mm,
I've got other games I can replace that with. Last thing on stream I did was I streamed gameplay of the Sonic Racing Cross Worlds open network test.
ooh, how'd that go?
And I love the way that game plays. I don't know if I'm going to fall into the hype of people saying it will outdo Mario Kart World, but the game, like the frenetic action of the gameplay alone, I'm just like, I can see where it's carving out its own niche, and I can see how I would be more compelled to visit that than Mario Kart for some reasons. So it's a lot of fun. And if you're a Sonic fan, there are lots of deep cuts in the way that cutscenes are written and stuff. You'll get a lot of mileage out of it. No pun intended. Um,
So it was your
yeah,
birthday recently,
it
and
was.
I went over to your house. Me and the Donut
Yep.
Familia.
Yep.
We had a great time.
Thank you.
But we did play a round of Mario Kart World because
We
Mini
did.
Donut had requested it.
Of
And when you
course.
were playing, you made a comment that caught my ear, which was, "I'm too used to how Sonic Worlds Cross Worlds plays."
Yep.
What's the difference between both of those games?
The differences that I've been able to pick up, the drifting mechanics are a lot looser. They feel more fluid. And mid drift, you can actually change the direction of your drift to either correct yourself or to continue charging your boost.
Mm,
Tricks, like doing the trick system in the game is much more snappy and responsive in multiplayer and online. Because when we were playing that in person knockout tour, it felt nearly impossible to do a trick right off the ramp like I'm used to being able to do in Sonic Racing. Also, the driving in the 150cc equivalent class just feels faster. It
because it's a Sonic
feels
game.
well. I mean, yes, but it just like that was part of the reason that I just felt it just felt so strange because I
Mm.
didn't have the fluid drifting. The tricks didn't feel like they were working well. The fastest class that isn't backwards felt slow. And I'm just like, my timing is off. What is going on here?
So what about off stream?
Off stream, boyfriend lent me Jump Force. So I've been revisiting that. And it's
Jump
been
Force is
Jump Force.
anime related?
Jump Force is eight 3D 8 directional fighting game. based on all of the Shonen Jump anime and manga,
Ah, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah.
where you are Original, the character, getting woken up by future Trunks because this group of enemies called the Venoms is somehow merging the real world with the worlds of Shonen Jump. So you basically have to fight off all these enemies, save the Jump heroes and villains for some reason, and get to the bottom of that mystery while learning how to use the moves of all the Jump heroes. So I'm just a regular dude who can mimic drawing cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! And summon Swords of Revealing Light for some reason, while
Okay.
firing a Kamehameha a few seconds later. Um, that's the kind of stuff you could do in that game if you go through the whole story. Um, I've been doing that. Let's see. There was. Oh, and last night I actually just beat the Kirby and the Forgotten Land Star-Crossed World edition that came out with the Switch 2 upgrade.
Ooh, I still need to get that. Still need to
It
get that. Worth it?
uh I would say maybe wait to see if the upgrade path comes at a discount, because
Really?
like what it's a $20 upgrade. And what you
Mm-hmm.
get for that is better graphics, guaranteed 60 frames per second, which is good in a Kirby game, I will admit,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and the Star-Crossed World additional quest, which is, can I spoil some of those details for you?
I'd rather not, just because
Okay.
I did really enjoy
Okay.
that Kirby game and want to,
Okay. That's
play
fair.
it and be surprised. So,
Okay. Well, there are a number of new levels with, of course, the prerequisite end of that story boss fight.
mhm.
And after that, there is another arena that you can unlock as a bonus for clearing that story.
Mm.
I have not done the arena yet because I hear that is absolutely crazy. And unless you maximize the effectiveness of your deep sleep ability, you're going to need all the help you can get. Because that deep sleep ability gives you double HP, 200 seconds worth of a speed buff, an attack buff, or a defense buff. And you could just spam it in the overworld before you start the tournament to go in with that sort of an edge. And
Ooh.
Kirby games and their like super ultimate arena modes need you to have every edge you can get,
Mm.
because they are, from my experience at least, crazy difficult for something that shouldn't be.
Fair.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing. A handful of things.
I was looking to play another game recently. One that I downloaded.
Okay.
With um the express intention of playing it immediately.
Okay.
But then I ran into a wall.
A wall, you say?
Yes, a wall that prevented me from downloading it immediately, because
Okay.
this game actually ties into our topic, which is
Oh.
development cycles.
Mm-hmm.
So, video games have been around since I was a kid, which was years ago. Um, and, they've been around for years as well.
Oh my
Um,
god. Yeah.
and game development has been something that has evolved over time from, taking, maybe super early games did not take a long time to develop, but as they got more advanced, more time
Oh
was
yeah.
needed. And
Mm-hmm.
then things got even more ridiculous, and
Yep.
things changed on development cycles yet again. The game that I'm, of course, referring to is Hollow Knight Silk Song, the game made by Team Cherry, which is basically just three guys.
That's
The deve-
still impressive to me.
right? It's Ari Gibson who's the artist, William Pellin the architect, and Jack Vine the coder. Of
Oh
course,
man.
they have other people that help them with that, but they're not
Yeah.
officially part of the development team.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy that this game came. So the first game, Hollow Knight, came out in 2017.
Okay.
7 years later, they released Silk Song. which was just released
Right.
last week.
Oh yeah, that
And
was like, and it
yeah,
feels like just like it feels like the reveal that it was released last week or it was supposed to be released last week. It took me by complete surprise. Like the last I had heard before it dropped last week was, "Hey, it's coming out this year. Confirmed." Now here
it's
it
it
is. Enjoy.
yeah, it was one of the biggest jokes, the running gags in the Hollow Knight Reddit community. Every time that there was a Nintendo Direct, every time that there was any kind of console or publisher
Oh yeah.
presentation,
Game showcase.
yeah, every time that there was a game showcase, people would make that meme of the guy putting on clown makeup while he's like waiting for Silk Song. And it's hilarious because finally, after so long, I think it was revealed in a Nintendo Direct that it was going to be coming out when it came out.
Hmm.
I'm not sure though. I could be wrong.
I feel like the last Nintendo Direct I saw that featured it was one of the ones where it parroted, "It is coming out this year," and it didn't
Oh
drop
yeah,
a
yeah.
date.
Yeah, yes, you're right because they actually announced it on their social media of when it was going to
Got it.
drop. They had like a teaser thing that said this date is when it drops, and the internet lost its fucking mind, went absolutely apeshit over it.
I
Um,
mean, it's no wonder that they've been waiting for this game for years.
right?
Years.
What's crazy about it is that it was so popular that when it was released, it crashed multiple download sources. It crashed Nintendo, it crashed Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. And on Steam alone, there are over 500,000 concurrent players
That's
of this game.
crazy.
Right?
And this is an offline single player Metroidvania platformer.
Yeah. Some people would
Wow.
even call it a Souls like as well.
Souls like, you say.
Yes, because of its difficulty level. A lot of
Hmm.
people that are coming from Hollow Knight are having to have a brand new learning curve
Oh
because they're
man.
playing as a different character. For example, in Hollow Knight, you can down slash and you can use it as a way to pogo off of characters. In
Right, a la
Silksong,
Scrooge McDuck's Kane style.
exactly. In Hollow Knight Silksong, uh, Hornet, which is the main character in this one, can
Mm-hmm.
also down slash, but it's not directly down. It's at an angle. So people are having to
Oh.
rethink exactly how they played before in
Oh
order to get
man.
good at this game.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That one change in a move set can really like force you to to rethink how you play the game. I'm just thinking about the classic Sonic games and how they forced you to do that just with like Tails being able to fly, Knuckles having a shorter jump. Same ideas, but requires a totally different brain, or a part of your brain at least.
Yeah. But it's wild how, a game that was basically a DLC for the last Hollow Knight game, it just got so big that the developers decided to make it its own game, and that's when the fervor started. That's when
Oh
fans started
man.
frothing at the mouth. And when it came out, it was like the culmination of all of that pent up frustration at waiting for this game right now. And I swear to Christ, everybody and their mother is streaming this game right now.
Not surprising. Not surprising at all.
But like you look at big triple A's, because Team Cherry, I wouldn't consider a triple A studio because it's three dudes
Yeah.
working on a game, Um, but games like Rockstar
Oh yeah.
Studios, Take Two Interactive, I think they're their own thing now. Rockstar is, but
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too.
regardless, they have Grand Theft Auto 6 that has been mentioned and hasn't
Eh,
been given a release date and has that same kind of release cycle to where we've been waiting, I want to say 10 years almost since it was released as a concept.
Here's a meme for you on the subject. We'll get a Kingdom Hearts 4 release date before we get a GTA 6 release date.
But do you think that's true?
Probably not. But
Because I mean, you're the Kingdom Hearts guy. You know about Kingdom Hearts and when
yeah,
they've released their games. What was the time frame between Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3?
I mean, if you don't count games like all of the non-numbered plot relevant spin-off games, if you don't count those, then you have something like it was like 2019, 2020, I think that Kingdom Hearts 3 came out. And if we're looking at like 2002, 2003, we're looking at almost 20 or like over 10 years, closer to 20 between 2 and 3. Like I said, though, if you don't count things like Birth by Sleep, Dream Drop Distance, the 2.8 thing that connects Birth by Sleep to Dream Drop Distance and 3, if the mobile game, if you don't count all that stuff, you get over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But from 3, actually, I think from Melody of Memory, which came out like that came out within the last few years. But between Melody of Memory,
What the
Kingdom
fuck
Hearts
is
4,
Melody of Memory?
it is a rhythm game that plays like the Theatrhythm Final Fantasy series, which is basically a giant plot synopsis with a little bit of new story at the end of
Oh
the
my
entire
god.
franchise.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, we
Did
were.
you get it?
I've gotten it. I've beaten it. We Kingdom Hearts fans are starving for new stuff at this point. Case and point, actually. Um, Kingdom Hearts 4, it was announced in 2022. Then basically nothing aside from a teaser in 2022 and some rogue screenshots that got released earlier this year. And just today, I learned that, quote, Kingdom Hearts 4's development is on track. Do we know what that means? No. But we got an update, finally. Again, like I said, we Kingdom Hearts fans are starving. It's so yeah, it's already been a few years since the announcement of the game, a teaser and a few screenshots being all we have. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if in this case it just takes forever because they've got lots of Disney related licensing issues to sort out. They were going to release a Pokemon Go-esque mobile game, which ended up getting canceled. So they have to fold those story details into 4 or into the rest of the series somewhere.
Wow.
Um, yeah, from what I remember back in Kingdom Hearts 3's development, Square Enix, Pixar, and Disney were all going back and forth with each other to get the animations and the character models and the designs absolutely perfectly. And that back and forth, working with all those different time zones, was apparently a very long process.
Mm,
So it also seems like the nature of the game can, in itself, uh, pretty much guarantee a longer development process.
mm.
But then you get to games like, I don't know, the Call of Duties and those other sort
The
of
Madden, the WWE
yeah.
games that come out
Yep.
every year just get
Yeah.
churned out with
Yup.
very little improved upon or,
Tiny
just
iterations. They are
yeah,
just tiny iterations, annual releases, sometimes being patched with DLC or updates later on if player rosters change. But those iterative releases, that's why we get those every maybe 1, 2, or 3 years, depending on how long they want to take on it. Because it's just same framework, minor changes, done.
unpopular opinion right here. I hate yearly released games.
Ooh,
I hate
how
them.
very unpopular of you.
Well, no, I mean, there's a lot of people that like can't wait until the new WWE game comes out. I'm a pro wrestling fan, in case you didn't notice by the mask. But I I remember back when they had like uh, WWE SmackDown, right? When they had SmackDown, Here
Mm-hmm.
Comes the Pain, or Just
Mm-hmm.
Bring It. Those games, I don't believe were yearly. I think they were like maybe 2 years or so.
Yeah, something like that.
Um, and or WWE, sorry, WWF No Mercy or WrestleMania 2000.
Hmm.
Um, those games, had a pretty chunky time between when they were released. I want to say 3 to 5 years. I want to say it
Okay.
came between those releases, and when they were improved upon, you could tell things were crisper, music was better, move sets looked amazing, that kind of thing. And now it's just small little details, improved rosters,
Yeah.
different move sets, all of this stuff which can easily be done with a DLC or whatever, right?
Right.
Or a season pass. And even these games that are released yearly have season passes, which
Yeah,
is
that's
ridiculous to me.
I mean, like I get the strategy, constantly engaging with the content until the next big release, but then you get to like a Sims 4 or a Kingdom Hearts final mix sort of conundrum there, because what justifies the future release after that with all the iterations you're doing as DLC versus continuing the route of like final mix esque releases where it's like, oh, we have all of these fixes, but you can only get them in the new version of the game without the digital update. And that's why, to bring Kingdom Hearts back into it, with the Remind DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3, that kind of material would have been put in as a final mix back in the day.
Mm,
But instead of doing a final mix re release, it's just DLC expansion, which makes more sense. So going back to your point, yes, it's engaging with the content, but where do you draw that line
yeah.
between endless season passes or just releasing a brand new game with a stockpile of changes that you would want to implement but couldn't in the past game for some reason?
That's a great question, and I don't have the answer to it. Like, if a game, let's okay, so for example, there's a besides the WWE,
Mm-hmm.
there is another wrestling promotion in North America that has gained popularity since its inception, which is AEW, All Elite Wrestling, which I am 100% supporter of. They came out with a game, uh, you know, geez, how long ago now? Like maybe 3, 4, 5 years ago, maybe. I
Okay.
forget exactly, but they came out with their own game, which I forget the title of because it's been so long. I still have this game. I haven't played it in ages, but they came out with the game to I want to say mid reviews. The
Okay.
one of the biggest things that it had going for it was, oh man, this game is going to be so great. It's going to be more arcadey. It's going to have the Aki engine behind it, which was back in the day the same fighting system that they had in No Mercy, that they had in
Oh.
WCW versus NWO. Though that engine uh, was sorely missed when they, kind of, um, when the E went their own way with more simulated kind of um, combat in their games.
Right.
So this game was going to be like the difference, between the old school wrestling games that you liked and like the new simulator kind of
Okay.
approach that the E was going for. And this game came out, and instead of like doing like a yearly release like the E, they decided to do, hey, we're going to anytime that we have a new wrestler sign, we're going to give you a DLC pack that you can pay for
Mm-hmm.
to upgrade the roster by maybe, I don't know, 2 to 5 new wrestlers, add new move sets, add maybe
Hmm.
a new mode or so. That game, like
Yeah.
I said, has been out for a pretty long time now, 3 to 5 years, I believe. And it still has its community, it still has its detractors, of course. And I don't know
Right.
if they're ever going to make another game, but if they do, they're definitely going to improve upon what they've built before, right? Because
Especially using this current game basically as a roadmap for how their development studio would actually go about doing it.
exactly. Like for a game like that, right? You don't need yearly releases. Like if it were up to me if I were to release a pro wrestling game,
Okay.
right? I would have a season pass, right? That would attach to this game that would maybe release, I don't know, maybe every 2 to 3 years instead of yearly,
Ooh.
right?
Got it.
Because a lot changes in pro wrestling, right? People are injured or, what have you. Like, I would love to have a pro wrestling game where people that are injured in or that are out of the business, you can't use in the game. Like, I think that would
Like a
be
different rule set depending on like have it be a June 2025 update where like these wrestlers are banned from the main campaign mode due
exactly.
to XYZ
Hmm.
factors.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I think that would be a pretty interesting take. Like if you had like a mode that's dedicated to, hey, this wrestler's out, they're doing a movie, they're injured, they left the company, what have you, they're no longer available in this mode, but you could still use them
Yeah.
in other modes or whatever. I think
Yeah.
that would be something very interesting to add into a pro wrestling game. Um, the same thing goes with any sports related games. There's
Yeah.
always trades, there's always injuries or what have you. And they should just be updated for free. Like every year, they
Honestly,
should be
yeah.
updated for free instead of like having to buy the new game. Because guess what? It's the same gameplay, except we added a manager mode or a franchise owner mode. Like, okay, cool, whatever, I guess. I just wanted to play the football game.
Right?
So I
So
don't know, man.
question on this because as we've been talking about this part of the topic, we're sort of bleeding into the idea of live service games a little bit.
Oh
And
yeah,
that
yeah.
begs the question, when do live service games get to call themselves fully developed? Or do they ever? Because any game with a DLC roadmap, while also implementing like bug fixes, graphical improvements, I'm thinking of Sonic Frontiers right now with the roadmap example I have in mind. New story modes, new playable characters, bug tweaks, physics fixes, anything like that. Would you call the game fully developed after the last DLC is released? Would you call the game fully developed when the base game comes out? Or
Never.
never? Okay.
What's the
Uh,
last one you were going to say? I'm sorry for interrupting you.
it was basically going to say, where's the line? Like, where's
Mm,
the line of calling a game fully developed and just having more added versus do we just call all games fully developed once their season passes and once their DLC roadmaps are finished? Because if the latter is the case, we are playing games through a constantly evolving development cycle that as players we are now technically an active part of.
yeah, 100%.
So,
100%. These games that we have nowadays that we're playing, these games are not finished. They're not, right? We look back at old games that were on cartridges, they didn't have any patches to put through. If
that's
you had a
true.
game that had a bug, then players would exploit that bug. That's how we have speedrunners, you
It's
know?
true.
That's exactly how we have speedrunners. People are playing these finished games, and I'm not putting air quotes around that. They are finished games because the developer has no longer made any content for it. And these live service games, they are in a constant state of flux and are therefore, I believe, never finished. Like
Mm,
they have a skeletal structure,
right.
but organs are being replaced all the time
Got
because
it.
you want
Yep.
to make this game more enticing. You want to keep your fan base. You want to bring in new players as well. So these games that are being developed now, they're not fully developed. When a developer goes on social media and they say, "Oh, so and so game is gold," right? That means they're done tweaking it. They're done messing with it. Um, Before
For the
release. That
base
means it's
release.
for the base release, right? But as
Mhm.
soon as you get that game into other people's hands, they're going to find bugs. They're going to find
Yep.
things that were passed up.
Yep.
Sometimes game breaking bugs that the game should have had. taken care of before it was released. You're giving me a face. I take it you have personal
I have found
experience.
some of those in Sonic games to no one's surprise who's ever seen me play it. Um, I have been the speedrunner who takes advantage of the weird gameplay quirk because of the control system. Good guy Sega decides, oh hey, that's not a bug, it's a feature now. By the way, but other developers, they'd go in and they'd patch the bug, preventing the speedrunners, or to reference the cartridge games. That's again why we have Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. They had to address bugs and other such things and add new content akin to a season pass. So their only chance was, or their only way to get it into players' hands was a new release.
This brings me back to Mario Kart, but because
Yeah.
when Mario Kart World was released,
Mm-hmm.
online players were finding a way to skip a racing section between different sections of the knockout tour. I don't know if you remember that, but they had something where players could just skip the section by pressing a button or something, so that they could all skip the section and move on to the next course. So they wouldn't have to deal with the
What?
middle section of that race. But Nintendo got wind of it and we're like, nope, we're removing that ability from the game because you're not playing the game how we intended you to play it.
I did not hear about that specific thing with Mario Kart World. Like, I've never heard of a way to just like skip one section of what are called the intermission tracks, the straight line sections, between lap courses in a Grand Prix or a knockout tour. Um, but one thing I actually streamed way back in the day when I was playing through the Sonic Origins collection is Sega did eventually patch this one out.
Mhm.
I was able to speed run Knuckles' entire playthrough of the game because I had all the 7 Chaos Emeralds by entering a giant ring, pausing the game at the right time, and hitting restart. So I jumped from the first act of the first zone to the last act of Knuckles' second to last stage in a matter of like 30 seconds. I basically got to skip the entire game because of this. It was that broken.
Jeez.
Yeah. They did, even a collection of classic games gets updates and, bug fixes now. So, I mean, to give my answer to the question we've been discussing, I kind of agree with you. Like, we are in an era we are constantly playing games in active development, which
Right?
it's cool, but at the same time, when can we really say a development cycle starts and ends unless we get wind from the developer that they're going to stop adding to the game? But
Mhm.
with so many games coming out with DLC roadmaps, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds has a DLC roadmap for both free editions and a paid season pass for like off the wall collaboration characters. So it's got a long DLC cycle with it going to be gameplay tweaks and graphical upgrades and all that. So it's going to be in development for a while, technically. And I'm going to love it every step of the way, don't get me wrong. But yes,
Does this give you more enjoyment than you would have had they just been, hey, look, this is the game we released. It's great. It has all your favorite characters in it. Um, but I mean, this is it. This is all that we have. We're not adding any other characters to it.
I
Would that make
mean,
you enjoy the game less?
like, I can't 1000% say because we're not in that timeline, but I do have to say, knowing that I'm going to get Joker and Hatsune Miku and Ichiban Kasuga, Nights from Nights into Dreams was leaked. If hidden frames from a recent social media video are to be believed, someone from the game Sakura Wars and Ai from Super Monkey Ball are going to be added. All of those Sega characters, all of those for free. It will bring me back to the era of Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing once the roster is complete.
Mhm.
So seeing that complete roster will give me a bigger sense of joy than if the base game with just the Sonic characters is what we got on release.
Mm,
Now,
mm,
if we got everything that they had planned on release, I think that would be a different story. I might get through the game's content faster, but I would still be ecstatic over the fact that I get so many crossover characters, all of my favorite Sonic characters, a kart racing game that confuses me so much my Mario Kart World performance suffers with all of the references I love as a Sonic fan. So, I mean, I feel like I just appreciate the fact that we're getting it and kind of the fact that I know what we're getting.
mhm.
So it keeps me excited to see what phase of development is coming along,
So it
if that
leaves
makes
you
sense.
wanting more.
Yes. And if the
Mm,
base game is fun enough for me to justify that wanting more, then you've hooked me
mhm.
just as a consumer.
Yep, yep. So, just a little bit more about you, Grant. You
Yes.
are a voice actor.
Yes.
You are a Twitch streamer.
Yes.
So, what other things are you into?
Um excuse
We're
me.
digging into the lore.
Oh man, I didn't think we'd be doing a lore dive on our first episode, let alone one so personal.
Are you
Um
serious? I mean, people need to know who we are.
That's very true. Gaming is one of my favorite things. That's why I do it both on and off stream. Voice acting I've loved since forever. Really, other than that, it's just like trying to keep myself healthy, uh, mentally, emotionally, physically. Uh, I do fitness stuff for at least an hour, 5 days a week. Cooking has become a bit of a hobby of mine. Like, I taught myself how to make risotto, and apparently that's a really difficult thing to make.
100%. I can definitely see that
Um,
because I've done it
I
too.
You have? You've made
Yeah.
risotto?
Oh, yeah. Mushroom risotto. Fucking amazing. Tastes delicious. But
I had
man,
no idea.
it's because I don't like, okay. So, just going into my lore real quick. Um,
Okay.
I cook. I can cook. I love to cook, but because of health issues that I have, I don't do it very often because it's very taxing on my physical body.
Oh, that makes
Um,
sense.
yeah, when I do it and like I make food, like it's delicious,
Mm.
amazingly so. Like one day I'm gonna have to cook for you, Grant, and
I would
afterwards
be
I'll be
honored to have some donut cooking.
in pain and I'll be like, where's your Advil? Where's your Tylenol? But the food will be delicious.
And because of my predilection for headaches, I would have the Excedrin on standby. On absolute standby, my good sir. And I just to go off of feeling the physical pain of it, especially in a heat wave or just generally somewhere that gets hot, combined with how hot a kitchen gets when you use it to its full extent, I get it. It can wipe you out. But staring at that plate, knowing that you made that food and it's about to taste fantastic, that's the reward right there.
I'm going to tell you right now, this podcast is going to be not just about, the stuff in video games, pop culture. It's going to be about you, Grant. It's going to be about me. It's going to be
I would
about
hope
the
so.
things that we love, the things that
Yeah.
I love: pro wrestling, anime, video games, friendship, board games, the
Uh, d-
TCG Lorcana. Um, so
We've
yeah,
got definitely backing up the friendship point, and I've got some TCGs of my own.
hmm
Definitely into Yu-Gi-Oh right now, and you're gonna get me more into Lorcana. Love
hmm
the
hmm
Disney
hmm
aspect of it, just all the
right.
character art, the fact that Winnie the Pooh turned into a wizard and nobody's batting an eye. Like, this little guy right here is a wizard in this game, and it makes me so happy.
But all of that to say is that we hope that this podcast is not just informative, uh, but also fun, and you
Yeah.
get to find out more about us, and we hopefully get to find more out about you if you interact with us on social media or whatnot. But speaking of interacting, Grant,
Yes.
I have devised a little game to end our podcast with.
Oh boy, a game.
A
We are we
game.
are we are so good at games, you and I.
We are. We are. So this game is
Okay.
called Is It a Flavor of Mountain Dew or Is It a Pro Wrestling Move?
Oh my god.
I am the pro wrestling fan. You dabble.
I dabble in pro wrestling whenever I'm with you, and I have no idea about Mountain Dew. Let's see how badly I mess this up.
I'm going to
At
start
least
you.
this won't be a friendship bender like a Mario Party game, I hope.
No, no. I'm going
Oh,
to
thank
start you
goodness.
off. I'm going to start you off with a very easy one.
Okay.
Mountain Dew. Is it a Mountain Dew or is it a pro wrestling move?
Okay.
Which is it?
Oh, wait. What? Mountain Dew?
Yes, the original flavor of Mountain Dew. Is it a drink, a Mountain Dew drink, or is it a wrestling move?
Okay, you say this is an easy one, but I feel
It
like you
is.
bamboozled me with a
No,
trick
no, no.
question right off the
I
bat.
am not. I am not bamboozling you with a trick question.
The original flavor of Mountain Dew is obviously a Mountain Dew.
Congratulations, you win. You are
Hooray!
correct.
I was not bamboozled.
Not
I
this
thought you
time.
were. I thought you were going to bring out some lore that says, "Well, actually, the reason Mountain Dew got its name is because of X wrestler doing Y move in this fight, and because it just took off and a soda CEO was there. That's why they decided to name the drink Mountain Dew." I thought you were going to trick me with that kind of lore. If
I
we're being
would.
honest.
I would never trick you like that on the first question because that's just mean.
Okay, that
All right.
good to know. Those kind of tricks are coming now that we got through that first one.
Here is the second one. Voltage, Mountain Dew drink, or pro wrestling move?
I feel like I've actually heard of Mountain Dew Voltage, so I'm going to go with Mountain Dew.
You are correct. It is a Mountain
Ooh.
Dew flavor. But I will give you this. Voltage used to be a televised show for the WWE.
Hmm.
Not a pro wrestling move, just a show.
Okay.
Next drink, Baja Blast.
Oh, that's a Mountain Dew. That's a
You are
Mountain Dew.
correct. It is a Mountain Dew drink. Correct. Absolutely
Okay.
correct. You're doing pretty good.
After clarifying that first one and having some vague luck for those last two, that's what I'm going to chalk it up to.
Trouble in Paradise.
I feel like that's a wrestling move.
You are correct. It is a wrestling move. It is a wrestling move from pro wrestler Kofi Kingston.
And what does Kofi Kingston do to create trouble in paradise for his opponent?
It is a kick move, a spinning kick.
Cool. Much like Mountain Dew would give to my stomach because I don't drink soda.
All right. Code Red.
Mountain Dew.
Trick question. It's both.
Both.
Code Red is that red drink, that red Mountain Dew drink, but it's also a wrestling move. It is a sunset flip over an opponent into a flip power bomb.
A sunset flip into another flip into some sort of.
It's part of the flip. The sunset flip is the flip. So,
okay.
Yes. So basically, the opponent is running, right?
Right.
And the other opponent jumps over them, right? Their
Right.
legs end up on the opponent's back. They use the momentum of the guy running forward to take him forward and power bomb him or her. That is what a Code Red is. Made famous by the Amazing Red. And also AEW pro wrestler Darby Allin.
Ooh, okay. So I mean, I feel like that was a feel good round because I could have gotten it right no matter what I said.
That's right.
Or do I
That's
get it
right.
wrong? Or do I get it wrong because I didn't know it was both?
No. It's fine. Ready for your next one?
Sure.
Whiteout.
Part of me feels like it's both, but I also I'm going to go with a Mountain Dew.
You are correct. It is a Mountain Dew drink.
Oh! Never thought soda would give me so much suspense.
Next one,
Mm-hmm.
Blackout.
That feels like a wrestling move.
You are correct. It is a wrestling move done by AEW's Lance Archer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it involves him picking up his opponent in a T formation, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
flipping him over. This guy's like 7 foot tall plus,
Oh, man.
right? So he picks him up over his shoulders and then flips him over so that the guy lands on his back. And every time he does it, he picks him up and he goes, "Everybody dies," and flips him over and makes him land on his back.
Oh,
Great,
my God.
fantastic, love that.
Oh, my God.
I love his theme song, by the way. Such a great theme song.
What is his theme song?
Everybody dies.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it. it's some person singing "Everybody Dies" and then just rock music in the background. It's great.
Oh, my God.
Great stuff. Ready for your next one?
Sure.
Canadian Destroyer.
That sounds like a wrestling move.
You are correct. It is a wrestling move. It is a flip pile driver that was made famous by P.D. Williams, also the Amazing Red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Major Melon.
That sounds like a wrestler's name. Since it doesn't sound like a move, I'm going to give it to the Mountain Dew.
You are correct. It is a Mountain Dew drink.
Cool. Cool. I am doing better at this than I thought.
Sweet Lightning. Pro wrestling move or Mountain Dew flavor?
See, this is one that could literally be both. This could literally be both. I feel like somebody in I don't know if it would be AEW, but I feel like somebody in AEW, considering the other wrestlers you brought up today, would use a move called the Sweet Lightning. So I'm gonna give it to the wrestling move.
It is a Mountain Dew drink.
Oh! The streak is ended. The streak is ended.
That is another pro wrestling reference that you just made, which I'm pretty sure you're unaware you just made.
Completely. Completely.
The streak has ended.
Oh my God.
In reference to the Undertaker's WrestleMania streak being ended.
Oh, wow. I didn't even... Like, even I, not a wrestling guy, heard of The Undertaker. So the fact that I accidentally referenced him, I am either honored or should be saying whoops right about now. I don't know which.
With all the controversy surrounding pro wrestling, it's very, very valid to say either whoops or yes.
and not know which one.
And not know which one. Last one, Grant.
Okay.
This one's for all the beans.
Oh, beans.
Southern Shock. Mountain Dew flavor or pro wrestling move?
I'm going to give it the pro wrestling move.
It is another Mountain Dew drink.
Oh my God!
Congratulations.
Oh, I was doing so well. I expected to... I will say I am proud of myself. I expected to get 2 right instead of 2 wrong. So I will take this. I will take this completely.
A win is a win.
Definitely. Oh my God. Some of those Mountain Dew flavors are just baffling. They legit sound like wrestling moves. They should be wrestling moves.
And I'm sure some, indie wrestler out there has, listened to this and been like, ooh, the Southern Shock, that's a good one.
Ooh,
taking that one.
I'm gonna take that Sweet Lightning. like a hardcore rock themed wrestler, like almost somebody designed in like Kiss inspired makeup.
Ooh.
Like
That's good. I like that.
has a move called the Sweet Lightning. I can see it.
And you say you're not like into the pro wrestling as much as I am. Come on, you're coming up with gimmicks left and right now.
Oh please, you help me dabble, and you are nice enough with the introductions to not judge me for my zany ideas.
No, of course not. It goes hand in hand, right? These zany ideas were what I grew up with in the 80s watching these pro wrestlers have ridiculous names and be, popular with them for some reason, you know?
I can see it. I can see it. Maybe there was more to my dad and my brother liking wrestling than I gave it credit for. Originally, I thought it was just because they were sports buffs who loved like tackle football and seeing testosterone. I'ma tackle you, bonk. But no, it might actually be something like this. Who
Maybe,
knew? I
maybe.
didn't.
Well, I think that about wraps us up. We meant to go for like half an hour, but we went for an hour.
Ta-da! Well, I certainly hope you guys have been enjoying yourselves as you've gone on this crazy, apparently double-sized ride with us. Thank you for listening to us today on our debut episode, back doing podcasts together. I have been Grant Patrizio.
And I have been Senor Donut.
Good night, everybody.